Pull this tighter. How's that? Good? You get it? Alright, I think everyone's pretty strapped up here. Laser tag was a laser blast. What a fun time. Happy birthday again, Camden. Yeah, I tried to import this footage from last night and all this weird stuff started happening, so I just figured let's end it here and we'll have the laser tag footage for Friday's vlog. Anyway, it is Friday now. I'm about to bike with Stephanie to work and then I have to bike to my work. Have some stuff to do there, and then later today is the ever so fun Q&A. I will compile all your questions when I'm at work and I will answer them later. But for now, I'm going to bike to work. I will check in with you guys in a little while. How is it going, everybody? I just biked back from the office. I'm going to take Lexington out for a little walk, a little playing the ball, and then we will go right into Q&A. Thank you for all your questions, by the way. There's some very good ones this week. I always like when I get ones that aren't necessarily Portland-based because I feel like I've answered quite a few at this point. So I'm excited. I'm going to take this little guy out. He is ready to go, and then we will get into it. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Whoa. Lex is going crazy. Are you looking for this? Get it! Ready? Get it! Hello everybody, how are you? It's Friday, the sun has come out, it is a beautiful experience to be alive. I have all the questions for Q&A right in front of me and I want to jump into this. This is probably going to be the end of the vlog because I have to start getting ready for a dinner party tonight. So hopefully the cool laser tag stuff from last night makes up for a little lack of vlogging today. But regardless, hi everybody. We are 2 away from 400 subscribers. When 400 subscribers happens, I will attempt to do a backflip off of my roof. No, I'm kidding. I will not do that. But seriously, we are going to start charging a monthly fee for this channel. It just helps keep things running. You know, I'm thinking like $19.99 a month. I'm totally kidding. Anyway, let's just get into Q&A here. The first question is from the ultra cool, the ultra hip, the ultra supportive Clay Miller. And he has a very good question. Thank you for this. He asks, what was my inspiration for Dazzle Sips Records, my record label, and what got me into releasing cassettes and vinyl? My stepdad was in the music industry. His company made cases, like jewel cases for CDs, cassette cases, DVD, CD, any kind of cases you needed, plastic, he made. And I just loved the manufacturing aspect of it. I love the assembly. So that really got me kind of just involved with the whole record label thing. It was a natural progression of what I experienced growing up. The whole inspiration for Dazzle Sips came in the summer of 2010. I was trying to get an album of mine, it's an album called Gazing Gazing released. And I was not having luck finding, independent labels to release it. So I started thinking, like, what are my options for this? I had done 2 releases before this on CD, and I never really liked the CD format. I feel like, especially nowadays, CD is such a, if someone hands you a CDR, I think it's gonna probably end up in your junk drawer. And I just wanted something a little more tangible, something like a calling card for bands, and cassette was the natural option for me. I invested in a bunch of machines that duplicate cassettes really fast. Like I can do 1,000 cassettes no problem in a day. And this was a little bit before cassette labels kind of made their big resurgence. So I was just doing this when I was living in Los Angeles, and then I started doing it for my friends' albums. And then once I got back to New York City, it was kind of like full swing, doing release after release after release on cassette. And I absolutely love the format of cassette. If you have the proper equipment, you can have a cassette sound very, very good. I still love the format. I think it's really fun. I'm really excited for the release coming out next month, which is the Liek as Shadow reissue of the album Glass Sound Fantasy. I am extremely excited to share that with you guys. I will have all the information for you to check it out when it's ready. So I hope that answered your question. I love vinyl, I love cassettes. I love having physical objects that represent bands. I'm not really a fan of streaming. I understand its importance. I think that along with having a physical copy, streaming is great, and I think they should all be included. I think that's the future of how we should present music to the world. So thank you for the question, Clay. Your questions are always great. Feel free to ask another one for next week below. The next question is from John Rivera Man, and he had two questions. The first one, he wanted to know about the video yesterday, if we named all the cats we see on the street. And the second question was, oh, let me go get it actually. All right, I got the little item here that I'm going to talk about. But so the second question was there any more of these for sale on vinyl? This is the Pokemon soundtrack on vinyl. So I'm going to start with your first question, and that is, do we name every cat we see on the street? No, that was actually the cat's name. Stephanie saw the collar. I don't know how to pronounce it, but maybe if I ever see that cat again, we can try to figure it out. And the second one about this is, no, there is no more of these available. You can get these online for like $80 to $100 now. There was only 500 of these made. So they're super, super limited edition. And this is the entire Pokemon, the original Game Boy soundtrack on vinyl. This is actually really interesting. When I got this one, the guy at the store said that this is the rarest one of all time because it's the Master Ball edition. We're going to get nerdy here, but as you guys know, Master Balls are super rare. And this one, let me show you guys. All right, and this one is colored like a Master Ball. So these are ultra rare, also ultra hard to find. This is like trying to find a Mew in the wild. So yeah, this is super cool to own. Maybe one day I'll throw it on so you guys can hear it. But check online. They're very expensive, but if you really want one, you can probably find one. And this is something I would like to start getting into with Dazzle Ships. This is like super secret, but I'm actually emailing Sega right now to maybe do something with them. So if that ever happens, I'll talk about it. If it doesn't happen, I'll probably never bring it up again with you guys. But anyway, John Rivera, thank you for asking those questions. Good luck on finding your own copy of the Pokemon album on soundtrack. It will be worth the find, just like playing Pokemon. The next question is from Christian Park, and you had a question. I'm not sure if this was for Q&A, but I'll kind of brush upon this. You wanted to know if you heard correctly that the mayor allowed camping on the streets of Portland, and yes, he did. And you mentioned that it's a really good thing that the mayor is treating homeless people like people, and I think it was more so an act of there was nothing else to do. It's an act of desperation. Other cities like San Francisco, Seattle have done this, but they're taking it all back because it's not really working out. One of these days, I will take this camera and show you there's these huge homeless camps set up here, like city blocks full of just like tent cities. I will take this camera there one day. We can get into that more. There's a lot of literature about it online. So if you're curious about that subject, check it out. So this is going to be the last question for today and the last part of this vlog, and that is from the ever so kind, the ever so nice Frankie B. Hello, Frankie B. And your wife had a question, and that was, how did we get our cats here from New York City? It was not fun. We initially had a U-Haul, and we were going to put all our stuff in the U-Haul so we could have a comfortable area to make the cats in the backseat of the Land Rover. But I went to the U-Haul dealership, and for whatever reason, they couldn't figure out how to hook the brake lights up to the U-Haul to the car, even though I had the connection and everything. So whatever, that was super lame, and we had to end up leaving most of our stuff behind and just bringing what we could fit in the car, which sucked. And the cats basically stayed in a little crate for 3.5 days. They didn't come out very much. We had to make an improvised litter box out of a cardboard box that Mundu was fine with using, but Prince didn't pee until he got to Portland. It was a very interesting experience. I'm so glad that they survived the trip. I'm so glad that they don't hate us forever for making them be in a car for 3.5 days. Basically on this castle mound of clothing and boxes. But we all made it here safely. They love it here. They love all the windows. They love looking at the squirrels every day. So I think in the end, they're very happy. So with that, you guys, thank you so much for the awesome questions. I really enjoyed this week's Q&A. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. We're 2 away from 400. That is crazy. Well, I think when I started this channel, I had like 90 subscribers left after like my initial big YouTube stuff from 2008. So thank you all for subscribing. If you're new here, reach out, say hello. It's awesome to communicate with you guys. It's awesome to get to know you guys. Have a wonderful Friday night. I will see you tomorrow. Time when you knew